want to follow up on my morning musing 175 with the topic of why being forgiven by God is not sufficient to retain the heavenly dimension permanently. This ties into the principle of sowing and reaping. Forgiveness is not a concept that exists in gardening. The seed that we plant, we reap with absolute certainty. There's not going to be a change of the law of sowing and reaping. And that's why forgiveness, being forgiven by God, is a band-aid here, but it will not hold permanently true. And you can go back and listen to Morning Musings 175 to hear the back story to that. But in this recording, in this video, I want to muse and ponder what hell is. It has nothing to do with burning hot fire or a volcano or sulfur and brimstone that you're going to end up being thrown into. But when we leave this dimension of ignorance and darkness, and that relates to our lack of awareness, when we leave this veiled dimension and come into the dimension of God, where all of a sudden everything becomes known to our soul, we will know everything that we did not perceive while we were in the flesh, while we were behind this veil of our mind. And that is what's commonly referred to as the life review for near-death experiencers. We get a life review. Everything that we did in this life, in earth life, will become consciously aware immediately. And we will see all the deeds we've done, the good and the bad. And because we now are in our divine soul integrity, in the frequency of love, we automatically are going to insist to make our wrongs right. Awareness, the heavenly awareness, is not going to allow us to just brush it away and put it in the sea of forgetfulness. A sea of forgetfulness does not exist in heaven. It's a mental illusion that keeps us deluded and living unaware in this world. Now, let me get back to my topic of hell. What is hell? Take, for instance, our famous example that is so often used is Hitler. When Hitler gets his life review, he is experiencing hell in the sense of being hit with consciousness all at once, all of a sudden. And he gets to experience all the pain that he has inflicted on everyone else in humanity. And that is the soul pain that people have described, that the scripture has described as hellfire, as hell, the torment of hell. It's not an actual burning fire. It is the fire of your consciousness, your awareness, coming to the forefront. And depending on what a person has done, and you take a Hitler that multiplied and magnified his deeds, his sowing, he is reaping a whirlwind of pain and suffering in his soul. That doesn't mean he's going to experience that eternally. That's just his life review. He is going to beg to come back here and make that right. And he might have to come back over several lifetimes, each time with a little bit more consciousness in contributing to the betterment of humanity. Everybody will do that. Everybody will do this depending on the level of bad things that we have committed in our lifetime. So that is what is commonly called karma. We keep coming back to pay off karma, to transmute, to clear karma, to clear this these weeds that we have planted. So that is, in my perception and understanding, what hell is. So being forgiven by God is not enough. It will not retain our place permanently in the heavenly dimension, because we have to level up to that heavenly dimension of perfected love. That's a frequency. And we gotta transmute our shadows to reach that frequency. It's called ascension, ascension of the soul. So, yeah, I hope that explains what hell is and what we all have to look forward to if we don't manage to become aware and clear these things while we are alive. You can have a life review while you're living. You don't have to die and get your life review. So as you become more and more aware, as more and more of the God light is coming into the earth, people are awakening to their deeds, their being, and they see their shadows, and they can change it. They can consciously change the shadows into light. And that, the more we do that, will ensure that we come closer and closer to the frequency and the vibration of the heavenly dimension. And eventually, we don't have to return to live this earth life. All right, I hope that helps. Again, clarify some things, expand your mind, and give you a goal of what you wish to achieve. Take care.